the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm the host of Thursday edition, Kenny Horn, joined by or soon to be joined by my co-host, Ben Petruk. He will be here eventually. And Ben usually does the sportscast here. We've got a new sportscaster. We have Alex Braun.
Hello.
Hi, Alex. Happy you're here. You're the last, not necessarily. I'm looking for one more sportscaster, kind of. But you filled up another spot, so thank you. And joined by first time on air, Madi Zuniga. Hi. Okay, that's a good start. Have anything to say, Madi?
Nervous to be here, but happy to be here.
Nervous to be here, but happy to be here. That's pretty much me every single time I go on. And I'm going to be honest, that fear never really goes away, but it's good to have. And former newscaster, now segment host, Lara Zaccardi.
Good morning.
Good
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. That's Italian?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're like
Buenos
super
dias.
Italian. Buenos dias. Yes. So we've got a great show in store today. This hour, we are going to cover Texas abortion laws, be holding an interview with award-winning Montclarion photographer John LaRosa, and talking about coronavirus testing beginning in Montclair schools October 11th. But before we get to all that and more, I'd like to say I also forgot to introduce the other newscaster because we have two today. Kelly Marr. Hi, Kelly.
Hey.
Hi, Kelly.
How you doing?
Okay, I didn't hear you the first time.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I haven't decided which one's going to do. Oh, yeah, I did. Kelly, you do the 7 o'clock newscast. Go ahead.
Okay. President Biden and President Xi Jinping of China have agreed to meet virtually for their first summit before the end of this year. Officials from America had sought an in-person meeting, but President Xi has not left China for a meeting like this in 2 years. The two leaders agreed that there was too little communication between their governments. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris formally announced their support of Governor Phil Murphy's bid to win re-election to a second term. In a statement released on Wednesday, Biden said, quote, "He's delivering economic relief to working families and supports my plans to build back better by investing in our infrastructure and in our people," end quote. President Biden also praised Governor Murphy's leadership when he pointed to his recent visit to Somerset County to survey storm damage. The countdown to homecoming has officially begun. This Saturday, October 9th, will be a day of fun, family, food, football, and school spirit. This homecoming is extra special because it's back on campus and in person.
The weather.
The weather. For our daily weather, we have a high of 74 and a low of 61. The humidity level is 96%. We have an AQI of 40, so the air quality is good.
Thank you, Kelly. That was, you never fail to blow me away with your newscasts. Now, for the first time ever, Alex Braun. Alex, do the news sportscast. I messed up and I am in charge of the show. I feel bad. Please, Alex.
Sports. Let's get right into it.
Sports. Let's get right into it. I like the start.
In baseball news, the New York Yankees have clinched the wild card spot, which makes me very excited. But they did, in fact, lose pretty badly, 6-2.
You don't need to mention that. That hurts me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts all of us. 6-2. And last night game, the Dodgers faced against the Cardinals and won in a stunning win, 1-3. Yeah, it looks good for them. And football, Tom Brady returned to New England for the first time since the Buccaneers have won. And they won 19-17, which I think they were okay. But I think for a returning Super Bowl team, they could have done much better. And in hockey preseason game, the New York Rangers won. That's my team, if you were listening.
I saw you wear a hat with them one time.
Yes. Against the New Jersey Devils. So
once again, not happy. I'm not a huge sports guy. I know football and that's about it. Baseball, I know a little bit. But I mean, how do you not like New Jersey Devils? We're from the state. It's our only team.
Both my parents are from New York City.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That's kind of like how I'm from South Jersey and I say Tower Ham.
Yeah.
You say
Well,
Taylor Ham?
Taylor Ham.
Who
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Who said? Oh, it was you.
Yes.
You're promoted again.
Thank you.
Yes, anytime. So we're gonna move on. That was. Are you done?
Just getting MSU.
I thought you were gonna
sports.
say just getting started. I was like,
Just
all
getting-
right, okay.
I got really prepared. Didn't write this last night. MSU. Now we're back home. The women's volleyball team wins their 8th game in a row
Oh wow.
against Fairleigh Dickinson University. And in women's field hockey, we beat them 3-0 against William Patterson. And that's sports.
Thank you, Alex. That was a good first sportscast. I'm happy. I keep on forgetting I have little sound effects, except I need one for sports still. It'll happen eventually. I'll
Football.
You want to hear some sound effects? This is my favorite part of being on the board. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hear my favorite one?
Mhm.
Marty,
I know this one.
which one is it?
The Yagadoo something.
Easily the best sound effect there is. There's no question in my mind. But we are going to move on to our hard news for the day. So our first story, this is about the Texas abortion law. Judge orders to suspend the most restrictive abortion law in the United States, calling it a, quote, offensive deprivation. The order is the first legal blow to the Texas law. In the weeks since the restrictions took effect, Texas abortion providers said the impact has been exactly what we feared. The judge wrote in a statement, quote, from the moment State Bill 8 went into effect, women have been unlawfully prevented from exercising control over their lives in ways that are protected by the Constitution. That other courts may find a way to avoid this conclusion is theirs to decide. This court will not sanction one more day of this offensive deprivation of such an important right. Even though the law is on hold, abortions in Texas may not instantly resume because doctors still fear that they could be sued without a more permanent decision. Now, I would like to say my opinions about this. However, it does not affect me as much. I can't speak to the injustices that this gives women in Texas. So if you're comfortable with it, I take it to the women on this show to please talk about this.
If I may.
You may.
I think the whole thing about being pro-choice is that we're not pro-abortions. It's for women to make a choice that's right for their own body and their own lives. So it's a very tricky subject to talk about, but that's just my opinion about it. And yeah, I just don't think that women's constitutional right should be suppressed like that. And
I agree as token male. Actually, no, Alex is here.
Yeah,
Hi, Alex.
I also agree.
You absolutely agree as well. Other opinions from other people? Good talk.
Yeah.
Good talk. What's the thing I could do? Oh, we don't have a cricket sound effect. But anyway, I completely agree with you, Lara. I think it's pro-choice is about women being able to decide over what happens with their own bodies, and the fact that it's being controlled by the law. What they can do is very messed up. I would say a word that I can't say, but I kind of like being part of the station. We're going to move on to our second story for the day. This one is about malaria. Fun, super fun. The World Health Organization endorsed the world's first malaria vaccine, which is actually fun, and said it should be given to children across Africa to stop the spread of the parasitic disease. The World Health Organization's Africa director said, quote, today's recommendation offers a glimmer of hope for the continent, which shoulders the heaviest burden of the disease, and we expect many more African children to be protected from malaria and grow into healthy adults. The WHO says the decision was largely based on results from ongoing research in Ghana, Kenya, and Malawi that tracked more than 800,000 children who have received the vaccine since 2019. The vaccine is called Mosquirix, and it's only about 30% effective. It requires up to 4 doses, and its protection fades after only several months. So that's all good, but it doesn't do too much. Alex, you're giving me like a death stare, and it's freaking me out.
I'm so sorry.
You should be sorry. You're demoted.
It's very early. I kind of
No, it's okay.
just blank.
Listen, when I don't know what to say, I just make fun of people.
Okay.
But I don't know if you all know this, but mosquitoes are, because that's where malaria comes from primarily. Mosquitoes are the deadliest animal on the planet. They kill the most people per year by far.
Hmm.
And it's because of malaria and primarily in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. And this vaccine, I think, we are having our things with vaccines across the world right now. And I mean, we're all wearing masks right now, too. And with the vaccines, it's kind of showing a progression in society. I wonder, like, what's going to happen in 30 years, for example? What's something bad right now? The flu. Maybe there could be a flu vaccine. I'm not saying there will be. But what do you all think about this?
Mosquitoes bad.
I hate mosquitoes.
I'm
Mosquitoes are the
allergic to
worst.
mosquitoes.
Back when our parents were kids, apparently they only came out at night.
What?
Yeah. Well, apparently it was a thing with a tire, I believe, that a tire was imported. I could be wrong. A tire was imported to the United States, and inside the rubber were a bunch of mosquitoes that eventually bred yeast. What? I'm just saying words that eventually bred and populated to what they are today. So now we see them all throughout the day.
I think only female mosquitoes bite.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't know. It's also the thing with bees, female bees, that they sting as well.
I'm allergic to mosquitoes.
So, but even wait, what?
I'm
You-
allergic to mosquitoes.
You're allergic to mosquitoes.
Yep.
Can you elaborate?
Like when I get bit by a mosquito, I get hives. I don't get regular mosquito bites.
Well,
Ooh.
we're technically all allergic to mosquitoes, which is why we have those reactions. But
I like
that's weird.
yeah, I get them bigger than usual, and they're like annoying.
There is actually a group of people in Africa that are immune to the allergy of mosquito bites. They don't have an effect on them. They just kind of get their blood drawn, I guess.
Hmm.
I wonder if they're still affected by malaria, however. But despite the fact that this is a short lasting vaccine, it is still progress. It shows that maybe there's something further. I mentioned 30 years later before. Maybe in 30 years, it will be a full vaccine like we have for smallpox or polio, right?
Yeah.
This one thing that's true is that this really is a historical moment. And this kind of history, it sticks to your feet.
Mhm.
We're going to go to a quick break, and this song is called History Sticks to Your Feet. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz at WMSC. That was History Sticks to Your Feet by Modest Mouse. That is a terrible band name, in my opinion. I don't know what that means. Let's talk about something that's not terrible, though. At least in my opinion. Starting October 26th, New Jersey is going to require that every school in the state reports all COVID-19 testing and vaccine data among students and staff members to the state health department on a weekly basis. Governor Murphy said, quote, "This reporting will give us a more complete picture of the cases and vaccination rates among students and staff, which we can then report to you. The reports will include data from testing done by the schools and their testing vendors, as well as cases reported by parents, teachers, and staff. The health department plans to analyze the data for trends and share information on the state dashboard. Since school returned to in-person classes, New Jersey school districts have reported at least 69 outbreaks across 62 districts." Can I say something that's very important? Is it data or data?
Data.
Is it
Oh,
data?
It's data.
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 It's data. You say data.
Yeah, it's data.
It's data.
Okay. So
Data.
wait, didn't you just say data?
I said data.
I thought you said data.
No, sir.
What? Okay. All right. Well, nah. Okay. So, okay then. That makes me hurt.
Oh.
So, what do you all think about this?
I think it's pretty important that they keep track of these things. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
You agree? Okay.
It's
Why do you think it's important?
so we all don't get
Yeah.
sick, you know?
Especially since children can't be vaccinated just yet. It's important to know what the trends are, especially for each school, so that people know like the COVID cases and at least who exactly is vaccinated that are part of the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, this will help with tracking. That's kind of the most important thing in this, because it's not, I mean, it is about it, but it's not primarily about the fixing of what's currently happening. It's more about tracking what's going to happen and taking preventative action.
Yeah.
Almost one outbreak per district. too.
Almost one outbreak
So
per district.
by doing this, it just shows that it's working pretty well. I mean,
It is more than one outbreak per district. Aren't you in a statistics class? This is literally what you're supposed to learn.
I have that class right after this, so yeah, didn't learn much, if I'm being quite honest with you. So
Kelly, what are your thoughts?
Let me unmute on the Zoom.
Why can't I hear you,
my
Kelly? Please
thoughts
speak
on
again.
this- It's saying that we require school district for all COVID-19 cases vaccinations. I'm looking at it again. 69 outbreaks across 62 districts. Wow. I'm reading your what's called your what you have written down here. I'm gonna throw it back at you. I'm gonna throw it back at you.
I saw that coming.
Don't throw it back at him.
Okay. Well, what I have to say is that I think. What was that, Ben?
No, I'm gonna throw it back at Kenny.
What was that, Ben?
That's what I was saying.
Ben, say that again,
No,
please.
Kenny can hear me on the Zoom.
Okay. Okay, Ben. Okay. Ben, can you hear me?
Can you hear me in the Zoom?
I can hear you in the Zoom.
Okay, there we are.
Okay. I'm just going to take you to our next story after that. COVID testing in Montclair schools may begin on October 11th, which is this Monday. If the Board of Education approves the testing contract, pooled COVID testing in Montclair's public schools is expected to start, as I said, October 11th. Ginkgo Bioworks will provide testing for 11 weeks, commencing on October 7th, today. But there may be an agreement to extend the program according to the Wednesday board meeting agenda. Weekly tests for elementary school students will be the top priority, along with 6th and 7th graders. Pfizer vaccines are available for those 12 and older, but Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are only available to those ages 18 and up. In pooled testing, participating students and staff members in a given classroom will self-administer a nasal swab, and all nasal swabs will be placed in a combined container. Thoughts? I take it to the room.
I think that's
you go.
I think that's great that they're giving it out. They're just testing everybody, especially kids who can't get vaccinated yet, to just like keep track, make sure that everything's going good. We're following all the guidelines, making sure everybody's good and safe.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Except I want to ask, how do you guys feel about doing the self swabs yourself?
I'm actually pretty comfortable with it because as a resident, last semester, residents had to go do the 1 per week and then the 2 per week. And the one that you did 2 per week, the rapid one, you did it by yourself. They actually gave you the swab and you swabbed your own nose.
Mhm.
It's pretty painful to do it to yourself.
I've never actually had a test that was done by somebody. I've always done the ones myself.
Same here. Yeah.
Same there.
I never did a test to myself.
So you've had it done on you.
Yeah, my mom, works in ENT, ear, nose, and throat, and so she gets the tests and like bring them home. So she gives them to me, but like I never had to swab my own nose.
It makes you sneeze.
It does.
Mhm.
I guess that would happen for the regular ones as well. But while I'm sure this isn't true, one thing I'm worried about is if they're going to be put in containers, all of them, a combined container. I wonder if there could be a thing where they can be mixed up and somebody who, for example, doesn't have it, or even worse, does have it, finds out that they don't, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Because that's something that I could definitely see happening.
Yeah, because they're all in the same container. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a combined container.
Oh.
Kelly, what do you think about this? I'm taking it to you again. Please don't throw it back to me.
No. I think that I personally I can hear myself echoing. I'm gonna take my headphones out. I personally think that I like doing the what's it called, the swab in the nose, like because that's what I did when I got COVID tested, and I feel that because younger people can't get the vaccine, then that's what we need to be doing in order to keep track.
Yeah. And this is good preventative action for, I mean, it's said in the article that for most people for 12 and older now, the vaccine is available and soon to be 5 to 11 actually as well. But the vaccines, that's only Pfizer. So this is action that will be, and this is similar to the last one in that, yes, it will help identify people who do have COVID, but I feel will mainly be for preventative action and tracking. Doesn't iPhone have that thing where you can trace
Yes.
your location, the cases that have had outbreaks?
Yes.
Good talk. But do any of you have that on?
I do not.
You do not.
I don't either.
You don't either. What is it? Well, why? I don't either. But why don't you all? Is it the fear of the tracking?
No.
No, I'm just lazy.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that we had that on the iPhone.
Yeah, I got a notification about it a while ago. But it's things like that that help take this preventative action. And that is, honestly, that's what we need more than anything, in my opinion. Well, other than a vaccine for everybody. But preventative action will help not push this forward. I mean, we've been doing this for what month is it? For 19 months now. In America, at least, is when we had our lockdown about 19 months ago. And the fact that it's been going on for this long, it shows that really the biggest step will be to stop as many cases as possible, which includes primarily having to take preventative action and in other cases having masks, social distancing, all that, and primarily a vaccine, which I will say is the way out of this. This all being said, we're going to jump to a quick break. Here is a PSA. We'll be right back here in a couple of minutes. We have an interview with award-winning Montclarion photographer John LaRosa. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz at WMSC. We have an interview coming up in just a couple minutes with Montclarion photographer John LaRosa. However, before we get to that, we have a weather segment. Kelly Marr, please tell us the extended weather for the week. Kelly, you are muted. You are unmuted.
I'm unmuted. Okay, so for our weekly weather, Friday the 8th, we have a high of 76 and a low of 60. Saturday the 9th, we have a high of 66 and a low of 61. Sunday, high of 64, low of 63. Monday, high of 71, low of 62. Tuesday, high of 72, low of 62. And Wednesday, high of 77 and a low of 64.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Now we are going to move on to our interview with John. Ben, please take it away.
Hi, guys. I know you missed me. I know it's been such a long morning, and you're like, where's Ben? I'm like, well, I'm here. And if you didn't like me, I'm sorry. I'm here again. Hey, Ben here. And I'm here with a good friend of mine, classmate of mine, and overall an award-winning photographer for Montclair State University. He works for the Montclarion most of the time, but today he's going to take up the microphone. I'm here with John LaRosa. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great, Ben. Hi, how are you?
Good. And first of all, I have to say, as a classmate of mine, am I a good classmate? Am I like
the best classmate?
He's one of the realest classmates. Like, you know, like you're a real one. He's one of the realest classmates. I can't help but say.
He's a guy who helps you out in the group mate.
Oh, for sure.
I'm flattered. Thank you.
To the actual questions, you're an award-winning photographer, and you helped participate in College Radio Day for the Montclarion. How was your experience of College Radio Day, seeing us be the buffoons that we are.
It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun, honestly. One of the best jobs I've done. I met with you a couple of days prior to like go over the events and everything, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff here. We did like the dodgeball game and the special guests, the battle of the vinyls, and all that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun covering. There were some surprises too. I didn't know the mayor of Patterson was going to be there. That was a surprise. I didn't know about the helicopter. That
Neither
was
did
even
we.
bigger
He showed up
surprise.
very last minute.
Yeah, very very last minute. But yeah, everything turned out great. I had a good time. Met a bunch of people, made some friends. So
We treated you
Yeah.
right though, right?
yeah, she treated me
We weren't just
fantastic.
throwing them to the wayside.
No,
The first thing I saw on that morning was John.
yeah. For when you first thing you see when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what a sight. But also, you are an award-winning photographer. What are the kind of awards you've won so far, so you can tell the people?
Last year during the election, when President Biden was elected, I went to downtown Montclair, on Bloomfield Ave, just to cover like people were like celebrating and yeah, stuff like that. There were like people driving down honking horns, cheering. There were signs everywhere. So the editor at the time, I think her name was Rosaria, suggested that I go downtown to cover and take some photos. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So I wrote a photo essay about it, just like what happened and everything for the paper. And then a couple months later, I think in like April, like I find out like, via email that like I won an award, and I'm like, I didn't even know because I didn't even know that someone submitted my article, and I got an award from the New Jersey Press Foundation for the photo essay. I got second place for storytelling. So yeah, that was a huge honor. I got like a certificate and everything. So yeah, I was shocked. I didn't even know who submitted my article. I
He's
was so
slaughtering the
surprised.
game, and he's talked
Yeah.
so humbly about it. He's like, yeah, and I just I did that.
Just some photos, you know.
So what goes into making a photo? Because I have to say, when I take a photo, I know I was taught by Professor Franklin how to take a picture, which before then I didn't know how to take any pictures. But now I know how to take somewhat of one.
Mhm.
How does it go? And then I see yours, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know how to take a picture. What goes into the process of taking a picture as well as you do?
Well, I think people make great photos. That's really what it comes down to. A good photo captures like emotion or like the spirit of a moment or something special. There's different factors. I think the biggest one is emotions of people's faces. That's usually what gets people the most like riled up and interested in a photograph. So if you can capture like a special moment or like an emotion or someone like in their element, I guess you could say, like that usually makes for a good photograph in my opinion. But it's a learning process. I mean, I'm kind of fairly new to this. I'm no expert. I've only been taking photos like this for about a year. So I learn something new every day. So yeah.
And going into the photos you've taken, you seem to have taken a lot. Like, you took a lot of photos throughout the college radio day that I've seen you do, but you've gone to elections, you've gone to all these events. I've seen some things on your social media accounts. How many photos do you take per time? Because of course you hear that people take hundreds of photos. How many do you take for a single event?
Oh, you mean for like a live event?
Yeah, like a live event. How much do you take and how much do you actually post?
Depends on how long the event is. Usually it's anywhere between like 300 and maybe 1,000 at most. College radio day was very long, so I took like about a little over 1,000 for that. But in publication, I can only choose a max of 13 for a photo essay. So, I take about 1,000 photos, 800 photos, whatever it is. And I got to go through them and choose like 5 to 13 to actually get published. And then in print, it's even less. For a print layout, usually we choose like, I don't know, 8 photos, maybe for like an article in a newspaper. So,
And
yeah.
all this hard work you do for the Montclarion, and of course you can see the main. I think the best way to see your work is through the Montclarion.
Mhm.
Where do you plan on going from here? Like, what is the goal here for? Like, are you trying to become a journalist for a photojournalist forever? Or are you trying to become a writer because you do write as well? Like, what is the ultimate goal?
He's the next Tom Franklin.
Yeah, I'm going to take a spot. Yeah.
Watch
Be a
out,
professor.
Professor Franklin. He's
I'm
coming for you.
I'm coming for you, bud.
He sometimes listens to this buzz, so you can say your threats right now.
Maybe he has a smile on his face. Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk by him
Yeah.
today, and he's gonna be like, "What did you say this morning?"
It's like, can I pull you over for a sec? Like, come here. Yeah, no. Right now, I'm leaning more towards photojournalist. I do write sometimes too, but I feel like my writing needs a little bit more work. I have more practice with photography, so I'm leaning more towards being a photojournalist from some kind of newspaper, some kind of organization, just something like that. I'm kind of figuring things out as I go.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to see the work you do in the future, and you have done so much good work for Montclair State, the Montclarion especially.
Mhm.
And it was an absolute pleasure to have you around throughout College Radio Day.
Mhm.
I know we can be a bit annoying.
No, not at all. It was a lot of fun.
He's being too modest. We're annoying.
Giving you too
Oh,
much
we were.
credit.
I
But,
think he heard me scream at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, I heard Mike say he wants to throw up at like 7:30.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
were out there in the freezing cold with us.
Yeah, it was like 45
I
degrees.
still,
Yeah.
I have to say, I said this to John on Monday because we had a class together on Monday, and I said, he was like, man, we were freezing that day. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I was not cold.
Yeah, Ben was like, I'm chilling. And I was like, how?
He's not chilling. That's kind of the point.
I was like, what? I'm fine. And like everyone else was like,
Well, you were
Ice-
inside.
no, I was outside. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, you were.
everyone was like
Yeah.
icicles, and I'm just sitting there like, what's wrong? What's the problem?
I guess it's more brutal when you're sitting at a desk, but
It was the hands.
yeah.
It was the
Oh,
hands.
Yeah,
that
some
were-
people's hands turned purple. I was like, what?
No, like personally, like everything I was fine, but my hands, I
No one thought to bring
Typing.
gloves on October 1st.
Yeah.
typing
Literally.
with frozen hands is not easy.
Yeah, well, I thank you so much for your time, John. You're an absolutely tremendous photographer. You are extremely talented in what you do. And at the end of the day, you are a friend of the station and a friend of mine. And we thank you so much for your work.
Well, thank you, Ben. I appreciate it.
That was John LaRosa.
May I ask a few questions actually?
No,
Okay.
No, you're not
well,
allowed.
moving on. No, of course. Go.
I'm only the producer of the show.
Yeah,
It's
well,
my show.
I
Yes.
outrank
Did you say it's your
as
show?
being
John, I like the
Ben here.
confidence. I like the confidence. So can you
Ben
tell us?
here outranks you. Not even my
it is
position.
true.
Ben here outranks you. Just the logo.
John, can you tell us what we should expect from, because there is a Montclarion edition being released today. What can we expect from Montclarion coverage on World College Radio Day?
The World College Radio Day, there's a photo essay. It's front page of entertainment.
Front page of entertainment. Go
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, Megan Lynn helped with the layout for that. So yeah, that's gonna be on entertainment. And yeah, I think our feature story for the cover is about the traffic on campus, which has been awful. So
Megan
Haven't
also
noticed.
yeah, and how,
I'm
how,
still in
how
traffic
could
on the
you?
way here.
Megan also helped cover the piece on World College Radio Day the week before. I guess it was the day before, but she was covering it in that week before. She
Mhm.
interviewed Ben, me, and other people at the station about the musical that we were doing. And by we, I mean everybody but me. I will admit I should not have been a part of that interview, but I was. And it really came out very nicely. How does the Montclarion cover things that are happening on the campus like that?
Usually we'll have like a reporter, like a writer, just cover it and write about it. If it's like a big like live event, usually we'll do like a photo essay on it because I feel like for live events, photos tell the story the best.
Okay, so what's the difference between a photo essay and a regular article?
A photo essay emphasizes photos to tell the story. I feel like a regular article emphasizes the writing. Usually for a regular article, you have the reporter writing and usually just have like one or two photographs accompanying it. Usually like a photograph of the interviewee and like another of like what's happening in the article. So a photo essay usually uses photos to tell the story and an article uses writing to tell the story.
Okay. And I'd like to mention that last week, I don't know if Ben was there or not, I touched a newspaper for the first time. And I was
Wow, way to say that right to a Montclarion worker's
It's
face.
okay. It was like my
It
first
took
time
me
a couple months ago
my
too. It's
entirety
okay.
of my time here until last week
Mhm.
to touch the newspaper. You go here every day.
that's a very good point. But I didn't know how a newspaper worked. I thought mine was broken because it kind of came apart.
Your
Mhm.
newspaper know
Know what I
Just-
mean?
just
You're like,
collapsed.
it's broken.
Yeah.
It's just holding a piece of paper.
I was really confused by it. And then it got out of order because I didn't know how it worked.
Mhm.
But like Ben said, thank you, John, for coming on to the show. We
course.
really appreciate you being here. And we are going to a quick break. We have a PSA to play, and we'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz to talk about a disgusting food. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz at WMSC 90.3 FM. We're going to cover something disgusting right now. I'm looking forward to it, and everybody else in the studio has been looking forward to it. I said it, and Lara literally said, yes. So, Jeremy Schneider of NJ.com, he's a reporter there, hit the Ichiban to go in Jersey City for a specific food that he heard about. Pumpkin spice sushi. The rest of the story, I'm going to read it. According to Schneider, he, quote, dug it. That's all I got. Now take it away. Go on your rants. Go on your whatevers.
I love pumpkin spice, but I can't tell if this is too far or I just don't know. But like I just want to know what kind of fish is it, you know?
Did I walk into the set?
What was that, Ben?
Did I just walk into the words? I don't know what fish it is.
Yeah, I did.
I just walked back in. I just hear fish. I'm like,
Here,
well, that's a fish.
we're talking about pumpkin spice sushi.
That's a thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
That sounds terrible.
Well,
There's
the
not
reporter,
one part of that sentence that sounds delicious.
the reporter from NJ.com, quote, dug it.
Who's all right? First of all,
Jeremy Schneider.
we're gonna go to Ben's thoughts real quick.
Okay.
Ben's thoughts. This is definitely a Ben's thoughts worthy. Things about food that I don't understand. One, who looked at pumpkins and who looked at fish and said, let's combine it? Who looked at a cow feeding its young and said, dude, we should drink that?
Dude, please don't go in depth. I'd hit the dump button Isaiah once because he went too far in depth.
No, who
No,
looked
I've-
at a cow and
I've gone on that rant too.
and went, yo, what if we drink their milk,
That's what yes.
I've
freeze
gone
it,
on that
and
before.
call it cheese?
Freezing college.
Like who
Wait, cheese is actually just freezed milk.
It's
kind
not
of.
frozen.
Not-
It's more
not
that
frozen.
it's
Solid.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
solid.
there's
milk,
a lot of
though.
milk in it.
I can't really eat it.
Well, it comes from milk.
Yeah.
Thank you. We need the more you know sound effect.
The more you know. We need the Ben's thoughts segment. I can't keep
We still have to
saying it.
make that.
Yeah.
It'll
We
take
have-
us
we
20
have work to
seconds.
do. Oh, a DJ team assignment.
Ooh,
Someone
who's
has
an
to say
ADJ?
Ben's thoughts. Okay,
Wait, that
anyway.
one.
Team assignment. I got an idea for you, Grace. Anyway. But no, like who looks at things like that? Who I don't get it. Like, and then people like it. That's the worst part. Is like
He dug it.
people are ridiculous enough to think pumpkin spice sushi. I finna eat that. You're like, what? No, don't do that. It's so gross. Like the things people eat. Like there's one where it's like, oh, have you seen some Pringle flavors? Like,
Yeah.
What?
some Pringle flavors are the worst. What is one?
Rotisserie chicken.
Who has
What?
rotisserie chicken Pringles? Who looks at some? Who thinks, all right, yo, I'm gonna have a snack, some Pringles, rotisserie chicken? Like, who does that? That's so people are dumb.
I'm not
People
a
are
fan
just
of
dumb.
rotisserie chicken as it is, and to put it in a, I just no.
That's fair.
It
That's
just
that's
it
a
rubs me
fair
the
assessment.
wrong way, and I'm like,
I
"Mm."
disagree, but
I've
like,
never
rotisserie
heard-
chicken isn't the best.
I've never. It's
Yeah.
not the greatest
It's
thing. I've never
dry.
heard of somebody.
Mhm.
Well,
Like
have you
my
had the
humor.
Costco rotisserie chicken? That is not dry.
No, I gotta say, like ShopRites and like Costco's, hear me out. It's like balling on a budget. Like you can be balling on a budget with that because sometimes their food real good.
I've had full meals from Costco just from this free samples.
No, I did it.
Their mac and cheese is so
I'm
good.
telling you, I did this thing called Best You Can Do under 10. We had $10. We went, we did best amount of food / quality of food you get. ShopRite was the winner.
Really?
I was like,
Nice.
best you get a lot of food.
This is not an advertisement.
I guess you're
No.
shopping right.
No, but like I'm not saying it's
No.
the game is over, but for now, ShopRite's the winner. We never know.
You ever hear of the 3-item game?
Yes.
What's the 3-item game?
That's where you go to a supermarket or something like that and you buy the weirdest 3 items you can think of.
You have to do better things on your free time.
I've never played it.
Would
I've
you
just
buy
heard about
pumpkin spice sushi?
it. Yeah, I would. That's pretty weird.
That's not. That yeah. Nah, if
Pretty
it's
That's-
by
that's pretty
weird
weird.
things, that'd be one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd also buy like. I'd also buy like those like weird like off-brand things. Like Lucky Charms where it's like marshmallows,
Like the what?
leprechaun marshmallows.
usually find those-
Like, okay.
Ben, you know where you find those?
Where?
Dollar Tree.
Oh, for sure. Anything
Don't
Dollar
get
Tree
me
sells
started.
is just a little muggy.
Do not get me started.
I
Anything,
went in there.
anything that Dollar Tree. Yeah. By the way, do you remember when Dollar Tree
Yeah.
decided to
Sell
make
you more
things above a
things.
dollar, Kenny?
I remember.
Get triggered.
Yeah, I am.
If you don't remember, last week Kenny got really emotional.
I
at
wanted to
7 in the
cry.
morning. By the way, 7 in the morning, really emotional over Dollar Tree, a store he barely goes to. It's taking an extra 5 cents, but he's like, that's not in the name. And
It isn't in the name.
I
It's not
agree.
right.
I agree that's redonkulous, but like still, like, come on, man.
Yeah,
You
Five
got
Below.
real emotional.
It,
Who's that?
I
You were with me there.
rightfully
Yes, it was.
so.
Real
I was
emotional.
honored to see it in
Rightfully
person.
so. emotional.
You were
You were angry.
clenching your fist. You were that
I was.
frustrated.
I 100%. I own it.
And you're like, I like that's okay.
It is okay.
I
That has
don't-
been my only
fair.
rant I've done on air, and I would do it again. I would do it every day.
You know what? As I always say, if you're confident about doing something dumb, I can't argue with you.
Exactly.
If you do something dumb and walk away with confidence, I'm not gonna judge you anymore. I stand by it. You did a right thing there, man.
I would do it again.
Yeah.
Easily.
Imagine in like the radio court of law, where it's like, did you rant over dumb things? And he's like, I'll do it again.
Anyway, pumpkin spice sushi. Who had this
Terrible.
idea?
Terrible. Who came up with it?
It was probably can I say this?
What?
A basic white girl? Can I say that?
Oh,
Yes.
for sure.
Okay.
Basic
As-
white
as
girls
one.
make up real dumb ideas.
They do. My sister's one,
Pumpkin
and she has
spice
very dumb
everything.
ideas.
Oh my god, I have to get my Uggs and my leggings.
Oh jeez. Just they're just and oh my goodness. Or it's by someone that's like extra for the sake of extra. You know those people? They're like, I have to make things just a little different just for everybody.
Millennials.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a millennials idea.
where it's like I don't want to be in the norm, so I'm gonna make it ridiculous.
I'm quirky and different.
Yeah, like look at me. And I'm like, no one's looking at you. like, oh man, it's all the people on social media. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like those people are like, look
Like
at
the
me,
people
look
who-
at me, and like no one is. No
Like
one
the
is.
people who post pictures of their food, like that kind of person.
Oh my god! Oh, those people. Yes, the people that take pictures of their food.
They take pictures
The
of the
people
pumpkin
that
spice
put on
sushi.
like on Snapchat where like the entire picture is covered with words.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
It's like you expect me
No.
to read any of that. Like even if it's like my like the love of my life, I'd be like,
It's like, did I ask?
did I? No, one
No,
asked.
no one asked.
You
Yeah,
ever
those are the people that
see-
invented the pumpkin spice sushi.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
probably seen it because you're a Patriots fan, clearly by your mask. Have you seen Cam Newton's Instagram?
Oh, his hair is funky. He
That's
looks
not
like-
my point. His typing,
Oh yeah, it's
It's-
cool.
it's not cool. It's
His
the
typing?
dumbest thing I've ever seen.
How is that, dude? That's just cool. It is extra for the sake of extra. Oh, no. But he was a Patriots quarterback, so I'm biased.
I see. So before, when he was on the Panthers, what did you think?
Oh, it's dumb. But he was my ex-quarterback. What can I say? Man, if you're a Patriot, it's hard for me to not like you.
That's
It's,
fair.
Like man, I love them too much. But yeah, it's not great. I think it's cool, and then I have to read it, and I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, once you start reading it, you're like, what letter is that?
Imagine how long it takes him to write a message.
Because he has to change the font
Exactly.
on every letter. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's all a different font.
And he has to go through like S's or dollar signs and
Can I say that his head looks like a Lego piece?
Oh.
oh wow. Yeah, it does.
It's not his head; it's his hair.
Hold
Sorry.
on.
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
visual
you're,
learner.
you're,
It
Oh.
looks
you're
like
right.
the Lego piece. You know what I mean?
I've never thought about that.
Like that little
Ah.
knob on the top. No, Antonio Brown has the most iconic Lego piece hair. But
Oh yeah.
but it looks like he has his own tail. Like, he has this like it's like no, he has an antenna. It's just directly up. Like what do you expect? If you look at Cam Newton's hair, it's like he has all this long hair and it all goes straight up.
Ah.
Anyway, pumpkin spice sushi.
You
Kelly,
started
you've
this.
been very quiet this whole time. What do you think?
As I actually don't eat sushi, and
We're about to hear. I love it.
No, I feel like it's gross. Like it doesn't sound good in my opinion, to be honest.
Your opinion's right. You don't dug it, as the author said.
Yeah,
Marty?
don't talk it.
I personally would not have the pumpkin spice, but I do eat sushi. I actually just got my mom into sushi, and she every time we go to ShopRite, she's always buying sushi. I can't blame her though.
Do you ever get the wow, I almost just said pre-recorded sushi. You ever get the pre-cooked sushi?
Yes.
That
that's the
I
one
could I have many times in my life just downed one of those things. I go to the thing, get it like for $7 and just eat all 12 or whatever.
My mom does that. She'll both me and my mom do that. We'll go to ShopRite, buy the sushi. On our way home, we'll eat all of it. And by the time we get home, we finish it, which is like a 15-minute ride. We just finished the entire thing.
I'd like to point out our assistant producer, Isaiah. He put a message in our Discord in the Morning Buzz chat saying, don't hate on Cam Newton text. And he is putting Cam Newton's text the way he does it
Who said
in
it?
that chat. Isaiah. Isaiah's very funny. So
Can I say, first of all, Isaiah, one, I couldn't even read he couldn't even read what you're saying.
I can't.
Two, I love Cam Newton. He was terrible for us. But I still love him because he's fun to watch. But you cannot deny, one, his hair looks ridiculous. And two,
Well, look at the way
his font
I'm
in
gonna pass
writing
my
looks
phone
ridiculous.
around the room. Look at the way that he wrote the thing.
Ooh.
like there's random apostrophes over letters for no reason.
You want to know what Sal said in the Discord?
What'd he say?
Patriots are overrated. Sorry, Ben. Brady and Gronk made them.
Okay. Can I, please? Kenny?
Huh?
Can I?
Sure.
Number one, you may be right about overrated. Probably are. But two, defense is elite. You cannot deny that our defense is elite. And two, we have a rookie quarterback. Relax. Our offense. Name one rookie quarterback that that won a Super Bowl. I don't think any has, first of all. Second of all, name one quarterback that comes straight out of the get-go, performs, saves an offense that is that weak. You can't say Patrick Mahomes because his offense was already elite. Name a quarterback that was had such a disaster of an offense and made it work. There's only one, and his name's Peyton Manning. So don't come at me and say that we are overrated because you are right. And that hurts my feelings. But don't think that Brady and Gronk made us. Brady did kind of, but like Brady did all the best he could do. But I honestly, to this day, still believe that it's about 65, 35% Belichick, Brady. Belichick is still 65% of that team. But we're making up for that 35. It's a difficult 35 to make up for that.
Those were Ben's thoughts. We're gonna go do a break.
Okay.
I won't wait. Don't do that yet. Were you two just playing patty cake?
What?
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Kenny, we're not that immature.
We're very professional.
We are professional Morning Buzz people.
Yes.
I see. Okay. Newscast.
In international news, Australia won't welcome foreign tourists until at least 2022. The Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison, said on Tuesday he plans on lifting some of the toughest and longest COVID restrictions, but no foreign tourists will be allowed to visit Australia until next year. So far, Morrison has allowed migrants and international students to visit Australia. They had a tough battle with COVID-19 surges, and so far, Australia has 80% fully vaccinated individuals in the age of 16 and older. In national news, National Women's Soccer League players paused mid-match in act of solidarity following allegations of sexual misconduct. Wednesday night, the National Women's Soccer League returned to the field for the first time after allegations of sexual misconduct had surfaced, leaving a number of major resignations and many canceled games. Players stopped at the 6 minutes to stand together in a circle of solidarity. Fans gave the players a standing ovation showing their support. Matches such as New York / New Jersey Gotham FC versus the Washington Spirit and the North Carolina Courage versus the raging Louisville FC interlocked arms for a minute, returning to the game. State news. New Jersey to require school district to report all staff and students COVID cases and staff vaccinations. Phil Murphy announced Wednesday that New Jersey students will report all COVID-19 testing and vaccination data among students and staff to the state health department. The requirement begins October 26th, and Murphy says it will help paint a better picture of each student's numbers and help keep them safe. The deadline requirement for staff to be vaccinated in public and private schools ends October 18th, and all students, staff, and faculty must wear masks indoors. In local news, double shooting under investigation in Newark. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office is investigating a shooting of 2 people in Newark on Tuesday night. Early on Wednesday, detectives continue to look into the case, but no suspects have been arrested as of yet. The names or conditions of the victims haven't been immediately released. Weather. For the weather, it's currently foggy with a temperature of 60. Today's high will be 74 with a low of 60, also winds up to 1 mile per hour. The humidity level is 96% with a good air quality level of 36.
You said that with such like, you know that
Power.
moment, that was like said with such like power.
Yeah, agreed. That
You know
was.
what I'm saying?
Thank you for saying fog. I love fog.
Who just says that sentence?
Yeah, that was a weird
That
sentence.
might be in the quote
Is
book.
that going to
I
quote
love,
book?
No, that's not quote book worthy.
I don't think so either.
But you just said the sentence, I love fog.
Fog is the best. We also have a sports cast. Alex, please give the sports cast.
Sorry, your forehead.
Ben just hit Kelly with a mic.
It was very
Nice.
funny. That was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
You're promoted.
Yay. In sports, the New York Yankees have clinched the wild card spot, but they did
Lol.
lose. Yes,
Lol.
they sadly lost against the Boston Red Sox 6-2. And the LA Dodgers have won their game against the Cardinals 1-3 last night, and it was a pretty good game. I watched it.
Walk off 2-run home run by Chris Taylor. Broke my heart. Rooting for the Cardinals there.
Yeah. You'll like this, Ben. Tom Brady returned to New England this week for the first time since the Bucks.
I don't know if he'll like that.
What's your thoughts?
It's like watching your ex-girlfriend walking around campus. It's like, goodness, get out of here. I
Wait.
moved on from you.
Did she break up with you though?
Oh no, we were like being super toxic, so she just left. Yeah, she broke up with us, but we're the reason she broke up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tom Brady broke up with the Patriots to move on to a fixer-upper and then
Came back.
won.
Oh no, it's like moving. It's like going from like a 7 and then you just like start dating a 10 right after that. Like that's what Tom Brady did.
Mm.
Tom Brady went from like dating a Joe Schmo to like Margot Robbie.
In the hockey preseason, the Yankees, New York Rangers defeated the New Jersey Devils 6-2. So I'm very excited for the season coming. And in MSU sports, the women's volleyball wins their 8th straight win in a row. So that's pretty cool against Fairleigh Dickinson University. And the MSU field hockey team won 3-0 against William Patterson this Saturday. So we're looking good in sports here.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Well, no one says you're welcome. I have to say, no one says you're welcome. Thanks, Alex.
Yes, that's true. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
No
That
one
makes me feel
says
good.
you're welcome, Randy.
That makes me feel happy. But we are going to move on to our story for the second hour. This one, Lyra brought to my attention, is about Olivia Rodrigo. This one is about criticism over Sour. So she has opened up about how she drew inspiration from other artists' work, touching on adding extra songwriting credits to tracks on her album Sour. Music legend Elvis Costello, meanwhile, defended her earlier this year on Twitter after a user pointed out similarities between the Sour opener track, Brutal, and his 1978 song, Pump It Up. He said that Pump It Up itself was inspired by Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues and Chuck Berry's Too Much Monkey Business. He said, quote, "It's how rock and roll works. You take the broken pieces of another thrill and make a brand new toy. That's what I did." Speaking in a new interview with Teen Vogue, Rodrigo suggested criticism. Wow, I cannot speak. Ben, why are you taking a video of me?
You're trash.
Rodrigo suggested criticism leveled at her over the originality of her songwriting was misguided. She said, quote, "I think it's disappointing to see people take things out of context and discredit any young woman's work. All music is inspired by each other. Obviously, I wrote all of my lyrics from my heart and my life first. I came up with the lyrics and melody for Good For You one morning in the shower." How do you all feel about Olivia Rodrigo?
I vibe with her.
You
I like
vibe.
Olivia
Her music.
Rodrigo.
You like her?
She's really good at singing.
She is very good at singing.
Good for you. Oh,
It goes hard.
Oh man. Oh man, that is a song that don't tell the boys. That is a song that when that comes on, man. Oh,
It's over.
my hair be flopping around.
I skip it.
That's me with driver's
You-
license.
you-
Marty!
Oh, whoa. What's your take on Olivia?
I like Olivia Rodrigo. I like Good For You. I think for someone so young, she has such a great voice.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know, she's really young.
And I also like, I think the one with the prom music video,
I haven't seen any of her
A
music
station manager
videos.
probably showed me that one. It was the one with like, where they're at prom. Was that Brutal? Or is that
That might be brutal,
that might
actually.
Brutal's good.
Brutal goes. I like brutal.
Driver's license puts me in my feels.
I lose it to
Driver's-
driver's license.
But I will say that is the worst singing though. It's driver's license. But that's,
No, I think it's good.
that one doesn't have the best singing because like
It, it has all the homies crying though.
oh everybody be crying on that
I skipped that
I'm
one
not-
too.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh! But you have to be sad to listen to driver's license.
No, not necessarily.
I personally do.
Yeah, how could you just have a good day and be like, you would be great right now since driver's license?
No, I love the red lights, and I can't do it, so I'm gonna stop
not-
there.
I'm not gonna lie. Kenny just wants to be sad all day. Like Kenny
Sad boy hours.
Kenny
That's a
gets
mood.
sad on a
Reels.
song about getting married with the woman you love.
It's
With the
true.
rhyme.
No, that's the
Luke
Combs
Combs.
one, yeah.
Oh, Luke Combs, oopsie.
You like get putting your feels on everything. There's gonna be a song, it's a country song about just drinking beer with the boys. And you're like, oh my god.
I feel like Kenny, no offense, but I feel like you definitely cried at Whiskey Glasses by Morgan Wallen.
I don't know the song, but Ben, play it for me
I
when
love
we're
that
done,
song.
okay? Actually, do we
if
have
we
that?
play that song, we ain't getting. We're all not coming back next Thursday.
All right, we can play it when the show's done.
Oh yeah, but like we're not coming back if we play this.
Yeah,
live.
no, Morgan Wallen's a no for the
Morgan
station.
Wallen is a
Yeah.
very big no-no.
That's
Sorry to
not
bring it
happening.
I did I ever bring that guy up to you? Did you just know that
I
song?
just knew this one. My best friend is into country and she showed me that song, but we know Morgan Wallen. No. But the song is very good.
Morgan Wallen, no, bad guy. That song, good song.
You
Listen,
agree?
a lot of songs get me in my feels, and
Oh.
that's okay.
That is one of the what a bop.
Deja Vu does it to me too, by Olivia Rodrigo.
Ooh, for real. Man, such good music out today.
I do.
There's real good
And
music.
then there's just other songs that some people write that I'm like, go away.
Oh, if I may, back to bring it to Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes.
I remember reading an article that she gave Paramore credit for "Good for You" in one of her songs. So I think just to tie it into, yeah, she gave Haley Williams and their guitarist
How do
or
we
drummer credit.
not have Good for You in our system?
That's
Because it's
okay.
brand new.
Well, you have Brutal in there.
Oh, then I don't know.
But that's
Exactly.
brutal. Uh-huh.
You go.
I'm gonna yell at Charlie. I'm not gonna yell at him.
that's
Charlie's a
that's
great
go to
guy.
Jared or Charlie. I'm fine.
Charlie's a great guy. I'm
I
not
can
gonna yell
put
at
it
him.
in, but like,
Please do.
why would I just be like, give me great some Olivia Rodrigo while I do my homework?
Well, when we talk
Right,
about her,
that's Shannon, just
when we
saying.
talk about her, we could put her song on, which we will do later. But we're
Oh,
gonna move on
fucking
to
good.
our next story. Ben, do you want to take this one?
Oh, I would absolutely love to, Kenneth.
Good, Bennett. Oh, hey, that rhymed. I didn't do that on purpose.
I'm not even gonna. Wow. The AMA needs to declare a national mental health emergency. This week is Mental Illness Awareness Week, and on the Morning Buzz, we are covering mental health related news and interviews to do our part for raising awareness for mental health. An opinion article from statnews.com says it's time for the American Medical Association to take action and declare a national mental health emergency. Over 40% of Americans report symptoms of anxiety or depression, and emergency rooms are being flooded with patients in psychiatric crisis. Untreated, these issues can have devastating consequences. In 2020, an estimated 44,800 Americans lost their lives to suicide. For children ages 10 to 14, suicide is the second leading cause of death. The AMA has declared, what's the AMA?
American
Mental Health.
Medical Association.
Okay, just making sure. The AMA, American Mental Association, has declared
Medical.
emergencies in the past. In 2016, it declared gun violence a public health crisis on the basis of approximately 30,000 deaths by gunshot wounds each year. In 2020, the AMA recognized that racism is a public health threat. By declaring a mental health emergency, the AMA could fight a fire under health administrators and drive in innovation needed to improve the existing mental health system. When COVID-19 was named a pandemic in the United States healthcare infrastructure, when COVID-19 was named a pandemic, the United States healthcare infrastructure adapted quickly to manage the deluge of infections. It's a word right there.
Deluge.
Deluge of. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Too many eight like vocab words. But with thank you. I'm like, oh, where are we? Leaders nimbly, sorry, and creatively mobilize resources. They redeploy staff, build field hospitals and overflow ICUs, and deferred surgeries and routine care to preserve resources and minimize hospital-based transmission of COVID-19. With proper framing and a sense of urgency, similar things can happen for mental health care system. I'm so sorry. I thought I had it, and then
No,
the
you did
lunge
okay.
came around.
Listen, you did better than most of the time.
I know. Well, thank you. I thought then the lunch came around, but I have to say, can I have first word?
Of course.
I have to say, how is it not already? I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
how is it like, isn't that like the second leading cause of death in the world last year was just
It
mental
was
health
for
problems?
as it said, ages 10, 14.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like more was it even it was at the point where a person like a Republican president was bringing up like that's the problem. Like that's saying a lot for a Republican
Yeah.
president being like mental health is a problem. Like Trump was saying that. He was like, this is bad. Like it's one of those moments that you're just like, how is it not already? It's a problem.
It is.
That's it. Like, yeah, it's terrible. It's unfortunate, and I hope that people can at least overcome it enough to manage
I completely agree.
and not
Anybody
cause
else?
a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
That's the biggest thing, in my opinion. Having is he passing the mic?
It's just good that we're talking about it and raising awareness for it. I think it's really important. It's something that should be talked about, you know?
Yeah, and that's what this article is saying about declaring it as a national emergency, which we all agree, I'm assuming, that it should be, because that's the kind of thing they said that for COVID, that's what really got preventative efforts started. The fact that it was recognized as something huge. If the same was done for mental health, that could honestly change everything. Marty, I'm throwing you on the spot.
Okay. Well, I was actually just thinking that it's just sad that like there isn't a lot of awareness for it. Now there is, or now more people talk about it. But before it was more like, hey, you should like bottle that up, keep it to yourself. People don't want to hear about your business and stuff like that. But that's like the worst part of it is when you do bottle it up and then to the point where it becomes that, national emergency because, people, it's just it really gets to them. It's really bad. And especially when they tell you, bottle up, don't talk about it. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is expectations that people put on each other. And that's my biggest problem with social media. Because I think that's what it does. Is, when you post about like your vacation or you post about what you've done with your life, back in the day, even though we didn't know about it as much, you could probably get a grasp of the situation that there probably wasn't as many mental health problems back in the day. But there's also a ton less reported. But I think that a big stem of this issue is probably due to social media.
Oh, I completely agree. And that's coming out with Facebook.
You know how many people brag about their lives when their lives are kind of dull, let's be honest. But like how people brag about that stuff, and it brings such expectations. And I think the happiest people that I've met, and I think I have actual sources of people, like for example, our engineer, one of our engineers, Mike Foley, said one of the happiest few months was when I just eliminated social media because I had no use for it. Like sometimes you need it to connect and do stuff with your future, but like sometimes we need like a LinkedIn, we need Instagram for people to like bosses to see us. But when he had the ability to just get rid of it, and I did it too, and it was great. Sometimes you just need to get rid of social media for like a month or two, and you'll realize how much, first of all, you don't care about other people's lives. And two, the expectations seem gone. You feel like what you're doing is great because every time like you do something great with your day, look at someone else's day and then get jealous or think about, and then you start comparing, and that gets in your head and it messes a lot of people up. So I think it's a huge stem of the social media, and that's another reason why I think that social media should not be for young kids. Like I think,
and this is coming out about Facebook. Now they're aware of
slapping
all this.
teachers, mental health problems.
Oh,
There's nothing good that comes from social media except Like once in a while, someone will get rich, but at the end of the day, as I said in the last 3 shows, no one cares about what you did today. No one does.
That's kind of
It's
Ben's motto. Nobody cares
No,
about you.
it's like because you're
You are
hurting
right.
yourself
You
by
are right.
thinking that people do, and that person that actually may do care is actually getting hurt by caring. So at the end of the day, just do your own thing and kind of like do your own thing. You shouldn't brag about what you've done. Real winners get told that they're doing good.
Like John
Losers tell
LaRosa.
people that they're doing good.
John LaRosa is extremely humble, right? We just
Yeah.
had him in.
Yeah.
That guy is awesome.
Winners get told they do good. Losers tell people they do good.
And on that, we're going to go to a quick break.
That's going in the quote book.
That should go in the quote. That's like the only not ridiculous thing in the quote book. We're going to go to a quick break. We were talking about Olivia Rodrigo before. Here is Brutal. Welcome back to WMSC. That was Brutal by Olivia Rodrigo and then Superbike by Jay Som. Lara is our new segment host.
I'm so sorry you had to listen to that. I know
Lara.
it's been so rough for you listening to Olivia Rodrigo.
Lara is our new segment host for music.
Good
Lara,
morning.
please give your segment.
Do I have the floor?
Sure, why not?
Thank you. So I'd like to start off this segment with This Day in Music. Today in 1963, the Rolling Stones recorded the Lennon and McCartney penned song, I Want to Be Your Man.
I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At
That's a good song.
They recorded this at the Delane Lee Studios in London. Again, on this day in 1995, Alanis Morissette hit #1 with her third album, Jagged Little Pill. All right, we're going to move on to this week for the Hot 100 on Billboard Music. We have Coldplay and BTS's My Universe tops Billboard rock and alt charts.
Coldplay is still relevant?
That's what
I love that song so much.
What's wrong with Coldplay?
That was one of the funniest things you've ever said. Katie.
Thank you. I tried.
Coldplay is still relevant. You said it so petty, like.
Love the way you said it too. But yeah, this is the first time BTS is #1 on the Hot Rock and Alt charts, while this is Coldplay's second, the first being back in 2009 with Sky Full of Stars. The song takes me back, fellas. Anyway, following number
Like, she had like a moment where she was like reminiscing like her like a young. It's like it was like one of those like those moments where like a bunch of like clouds pop up above her head like
Yes.
that's what she had right there.
Yeah.
Proceed.
That's actually what happened in my brain, so thank you for
I got you.
Yeah. And at the #2 slot, we have Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber's collab Stay takes the #2 spot. And it has been on the charts for almost 12 weeks now. Go JB. The bronze goes to Industry Baby with Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow making this 10 weeks on the charts. And for news, speaking of Justin Bieber, he is releasing some new songs today. He hopped on Twitter and Instagram stories to inform fans that he will be releasing 3 tracks onto his album Justice. With these tracks, he'll be referring to this album expansion as the Complete Edition. The songs are titled Red Eye, Angel Speak, and Haley. According to his social media, Haley and Angel Speak appeared on the Japanese edition of Justice, while Red Eye was included as a bonus track on his European web store alternative cover CD. This isn't music, but I just wanted to mention, happy 1-year anniversary to the fly that landed on Mike Pence's head. He's a real buzz.
That
that
was
was
good.
not a good one. It was not one of my best.
Write more.
Okay, then. How many of you are Justin Bieber fans? Lara and I were talking about this yesterday.
Justin Bieber, I'm a believer.
You're a believer?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I can't see it.
I loved Justice. I thought Justice was a good album.
I haven't listened to it yet. I keep on forgetting.
It's like made a year ago.
Yeah.
So Anyone is my favorite song.
Anyone.
So
I'll
good.
remember that.
So good. Anyone, Hold On, all the hits. Such good music.
I just think back to Red Hot Night when we did Baby. And I
Oh
did,
yeah.
yeah.
You killed that rap.
Yeah, I did the Ludacris part.
I just walked up and I was like, what? Like I just hand the mic and then I just when I was 13, I was like, oh.
Our
I was
Wednesday
like,
newscaster.
I mean, wow.
Our Wednesday newscaster says that Bieber is overrated.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. Bieber and Swift are a little overrated.
Oh,
But-
Taylor Swift.
I
She
love
is
Taylor
so
Swift though.
overrated. She's not bad.
I love Taylor Swift.
All right, Alex,
Don't
what are your
diss Taylor
thoughts?
Swift. Don't diss my friend.
I think Justin Bieber is overrated. I remember listening to him when I was like 11 or very young. Hold on, get closer to the
Yeah,
mic.
closer.
Yeah,
We need you
you gotta
closer
get as
to
close as
get
possible.
Gotta get
closer.
real
Get closer.
close.
Closer.
Closer?
Closer to the mic.
On the pop.
Yes. There you go.
Is that
Now
good?
talk.
Justin Bieber is overrated, but Baby, it has really matured with age, and I think it's a much better song.
Just as babies do.
That was a good one.
I hate you, Kenny.
And
I try.
Taylor Swift is also a little overrated in my book, but she's got some bangers. Like I'll jam out in my car in my 2010 Toyota Sienna to some Taylor Swift.
I'll jam out to Blank Space. I'll jam out to Shake It Off.
You belong
We're
with
never
me.
Yes.
everything to do
I
with Fearless, that entire
lose it.
album.
It's
The-
perfect. 15. I listened to that when I was like 13. I'm like, oh my god, I'm in my feels right now.
Like-
take a deep breath and you walk through the doors. Sorry, I had another flashback.
And he's like, it's just like she zones out. And I'm like, she's gone. And that all the new album, Willow, fire. Like there's like also first of all, please tell me Leslie's not listening because we have a person that's stationed that is a super fan, and I do my very utmost best to pretend like I don't like her to bother her. But please tell me she's not listening. But anything what's the 1989?
Yes.
Yeah, that album's
Yes.
fire. Willow's fire and Fearless is fire. Everything like there's no
Speak
bad
Now
song.
goes so hard.
Yeah, for real.
I stand by Speak Now.
And Justice is also really good. And Beauty and the Beat by Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Beauty
yes.
and the Beat.
Ooh,
Eeny
yes.
Meeny is his best song with Sean Kingston. Eeny Meeny, straight fire.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Just-
Yeah, straight fire.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to our break. I would play a Justin Bieber song. We don't have that in the system. I would play a BTS song. We don't have that in the system. I would play
Play
a
Coldplay.
Kid Laroi song. Dude, we probably have
It's
Coldplay.
not relevant enough for us.
Yeah,
to
that's
play.
right.
Yeah.
But I am gonna play
You know
Taylor
what's the
Swift.
funniest? You know what's the funniest office quote?
What?
What?
Who's you ever heard of Justin Bieber? Who is Justice Bieber? A crime fighting Beaver.
Imagine he got the album title from that episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Totally.
I can believe that. We're gonna move on to Taylor
Believe
Swift.
you can believe that.
I can believe it. I also
Never
believe.
say never.
I also
Yeah.
believe in Taylor Swift. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz at WMSC. That was "You Belong with Me" by Taylor Swift, which we all agreed here is a fantastic song to scream to. What else I scream for? I scream for Ice
Ice
Tea.
Ice
Cream.
cream.
I screamed for Iced Tea. I love Iced Tea. And Lara, thank you very much. She brought in
Anytime.
how many iced teas? 5?
5.
5. We're doing live on air taste tests of
Yes.
Peace Tea,
The-
which is not an ad. We just really like it.
You
But if you
know,
want to sponsor us, I mean, I'm not.
No, they
I'm
can't
kidding.
sponsor us.
we
No.
are
Oh, we're
nonprofit.
nonprofit.
We are
Yeah.
nonprofit.
But if they just want to hand me,
I mean,
I have
I-
college bills to pay for. No.
So do I.
All right, so the first one we're tasting for peach tea is Candy Shack. This is
Caddy
blue one.
Shack.
Patty.
Cat.
There's two.
Cat. Anyway, Caddy Shack. So here's your. There, cheers.
This is one I used to
That's
drink,
the disrespect.
and I
cheers.
love it. Oh, we're
Cheers,
doing
man.
cheers.
It's a
me up.
great one.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one. Also the only one I've had.
Someone should
You
have
know?
just clinked.
You know, not bad.
Right.
That's not bad.
I haven't had that in 2 years, and it's still fantastic.
I'd say that's about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 to me. What do you think?
Is it just Ben and I doing the taste test?
I've never had this.
We
tea
don't have enough
before.
cups.
Oh, we
How many
don't?
do we have?
Oh, actually, do we have? Well, because we're gonna have to we're gonna mix them all. And it's gonna
I've
start
ate.
tasting bad.
I don't care.
I don't really
You don't care if it starts tasting bad?
Nah.
Does everyone else want to try?
Sure. I've never had it.
Jeez, if I'm not
Oh,
a
we're gonna-
okay, this is gonna be rough. Y'all gonna start drinking out of each other's cups.
Wait,
You know what?
Ooh,
We're
I'm
gonna
not
play
doing
this
that.
game. We're gonna taste test and then we'll all drink after. Because I can't remember. I
pick one.
already almost forgot which one's which here. so
I'm taking the Caddy
just
Shack
looking
for
at all
later.
those cups emerge. I'm like, this is
You're
not
like,
gonna go
"No."
well.
Oh wait, if we could have.
All right, the next one is titled Snowberry.
It's my favorite.
Interesting.
And Alex's favorite.
that is my favorite.
Yes.
I can hear the pour.
Sound.
Yeah, it's only a good pour if you can hear it. All right.
Yeah.
I am the greatest bartender to ever tend.
Tea
Bar.
tender.
Tea tender. I'm a tea tender.
This has
You
a
work at
smell to
Tivana.
it. This has a definite smell,
Mhm.
and I have a bad sense of smell.
I
that means
smell a
it's strong.
rainforest
Rainforest, but does
On
it
a-
taste like a
on an
rainforest?
autumn morning.
Are we?
I can smell the dew.
Are we clinking every drink?
No.
Okay,
I don't
good.
like you that
I'll
much.
do the
I
sound effect when you
understand.
do.
All right. Bottoms up.
Clink.
Clink. We need a clink sound effect.
I'll do it.
This one's better.
Nice.
I like the other one.
This one's better.
Right, I like that one.
For real.
Nah,
This one's better. This one's an 8 out of 10.
I'm a Caddyshack fan.
This is an 8 out of 10. Here you go.
It's all for
Kinda-
you, good sir.
What? Take
Do
that.
I get the rest?
Oh no, I take the rest actually.
Yeah.
Hello.
You
This
want
one's
it?
mine.
I might snag the
All right.
raspberry.
All
No,
right.
I'm keeping the
Actually,
rest of
yeah,
Caddyshack.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna our favorites is the one we keep, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's
Cool,
perfect
thank
for
you.
me. Yeah.
Thank you. We're gonna go with Razzleberry.
That's my second favorite.
Well, this is-
Razzleberry. That sounds
Razzleberry.
I might
that's
snag that one.
Sounds interesting.
Radical.
Alex says radical.
Gotta see when you pour, what you want to do is you want to go up and down. Get a nice make it look
You
fancy.
want to shake it a little bit?
Yeah, you want to get the ice cubes in there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the pour.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, the pour is one of the most important integral parts to drink consumption.
I completely agree.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Let's see. I'm trying to get so they can hear my swallowing.
Well,
I'm,
I was drinking
overly
water
swallowing.
before,
I'm,
and I
trying
heard
to
it.
get- so they can hear it go down, like radio effects. This one's in between. I'd say this one's still a 7.
It's bottom. It's the bottom for me, but still really good.
Yeah, I'd say this is in between.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say I haven't had one that I didn't like?
No,
Right, they're
no,
all
me
good.
neither.
They're all pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
This one I think will win for me. Just peachy.
Yeah, the
Peachy?
peach one's good.
This one's probably gonna win.
It's
Isn't there
really
also a
sweet.
mango in there somewhere?
Yeah,
Yes,
mango.
green tea.
Stop, man. We're getting
ahead of
Spoilers.
ourselves.
ahead of ourselves. The sound is
The
just
sound.
comical.
Slippery now.
We ran out of stories, so this is what we did with
No, we
ourselves.
have more stories.
I know we did, but it'd be funny if we ran out of stories and she's like, I brought peach tea, and we're like, I got an idea.
Last week we
I
ran
know
out of
that I know how to
stories.
cut 10 minutes.
Last week we ran out of stories, and Ben just read dad jokes for the last 3 minutes.
It
Yeah.
was a great time.
All right, cheers.
Clink.
Just peachy.
Clink.
Is it?
That's a no.
Oh yeah, that is a no.
That
Wow.
that is a no.
That's like a 5. That
Yeah,
one was
peach is the
disappointing.
bottom for me.
That's a
I
no.
am disappointed heavily in that.
I mean, it's more.
That one had such a
Caddyshack
bad
after
aftertaste.
Oh, you should wait till this one.
that. Oh, thanks,
We
Lara.
got hello mango.
It's okay. It's not my go-to.
That was a good open sound.
No man, I'm
That was
telling you,
good.
I'm a tea tender.
Carbonation.
That's what Kyle is.
That is a new role.
Yeah, I'm the tea tender. I have no. Yeah, Kyle's new SMT position, tea tender. I'll keep having him get us tea. Kyle, a little bit more.
Well, should we try Gold Peak next? Okay.
Listen,
Gold
if
Peak
you
is
have
good.
more, I will
Yeah.
keep taste testing, even if it's terrible. We gotta do chocolate milk. Someone bring in.
Not happening.
Yes.
Oh
No, we should do a blind.
Ben loves chocolate.
We should.
milk.
I love chocolate milk to the point that I bet if you just tell me all the chocolate milks you got, I could decipher which is which without looking. Like you could blindfold
Is
me.
it your superpower?
He's done it.
I've done it before.
It's your superpower.
Yeah. Whoever brings in 5 different chocolate milks blindfolds me. I will taste test all of them. If you give me a multiple choice of what to work with, I could be able to figure it out. There's too many chocolate milk brands in the world for me to just be like, that's true move. Like, what? Anyway, this is Hello Mango. I'm just trying to get people to buy
Clink.
me chocolate milk.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
That one's the worst one.
Yeah, I agree.
That one it got
Easily.
progressively worse.
Yeah, I agree. Wait till the aftertaste.
Oh, oh, that's what I have to sit. I have to drink another one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Snowberry, you're going down again.
Snowberry is the best one.
Oh, I feel so much better. Here's your razzleberry.
Thank you.
All right. Oh man, this is gonna be ridiculous. Let's see. Wait, we have cups.
We do have cups. If
There you
anybody
go.
wants some raspberry.
There's the Just Peachy and Hello Mango, the ones we didn't like.
Oh.
Brought to you by us.
Unless
Hey,
somebody
we
wants some
taste
raspberry,
test-
I'll swap. I'll take one.
Anyone
for the
want
two.
raspberry?
I'll try raspberry.
You want raspberry? I'll take the.
You know what?
peach.
You know what? I'm gonna continue doing my job of pouring. Give me the cups. I'm gonna pour.
I'll take a mango.
You'll take them.
Mango.
I'll take the
I'm
raspberry.
sorry. That's what's going on the bottom. All right. So
Raspberry or
what would we like? All right, Kenny, can you start the next story while I just do my pouring? All right. Who wanted mango?
I'll take a mango.
We got a mango
Sure.
over here.
Wrong choice. So Andrew Lloyd Webber hated the Cats movie so much that he went out and bought a dog.
As he should.
You have to be back here, and you have to drink it away from the microphone.
He is the Broadway legend, and he dropped all nice comments about
Philippi.
heavily mocked and the
Heard that.
absolutely tragic film, according to AV Club, Cats. In an interview with Variety, he says that the source material for Cats was sold to Amblin, where it's initially set to become a Spielberg-directed animated feature. For the composer, the end result was a movie so horrible that he adopted a dog for the first time in his life. He said, quote, "It was the first time in my 70-odd years on this planet that I went out and bought a dog. So one good thing to come out of it is my little Havanese puppy."
If you say I don't care, I'm gonna mix them all.
Okay, go for it.
Actually, hold up.
Oh.
Give me yours, Kenny. Hold up. We're doing this.
Oh,
Mixing them.
I made a mistake.
There's no. I'm drinking. It's fine. There's no
Wait,
way
are you
this tastes
actually
good.
mixing all of them?
Yeah.
Chaos. I love it.
There's no way this is about to taste good.
anyway,
There's no way this is about to taste
Andrew
good.
Lloyd Webber. I don't like dogs at all.
You're not a dog person?
I
Pass me
hate
yours.
dogs.
Pass me yours.
I remember
Why
your
don't-
dog
why
rant.
don't- Wait, do you like cat? Oh, you have cats.
I have 5 cats
Is there a reason why you're not a fan of dogs?
because they're awful.
What? What?
They jump all over you. They're way too excitable.
There's no way
Don't-
this is about to taste good.
They don't get away from you. It's awful that they just don't leave you alone. And I don't understand it. And I don't like them. And every single person who has a dog is like, "Oh, you're gonna love my dog. My dog is different." What makes your dog so different that I'm gonna like your dog?
Well, I'll drink 5 different peach teas to that take.
Ben, you agree?
All the pasties.
I remember your
me a thumbs
rant
up if you
in the
agree.
summer buzz, and I remember editing it, and your rant for
That wasn't
your
bad.
hatred for dogs.
That was not
Dogs are
bad.
awful.
I combined all of them. It did not taste. Actually, it tasted better than just mango.
That's not saying
It
much.
actually tasted better than just. Actually, fun fact, I think all of them combined was second.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
The mega tea.
The mega tea. it was very. It was just
Is it worth it?
terrific.
Terrific.
It was absolutely just a perfect. It was a 10 out of 10.
Top tier.
It was top tier.
That was a good one.
Thank you. I was running out of puns.
I
All
have
right,
all the
what do you
puns.
actually want? Oh, you said you don't care.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to our next story. This one is about a person in Idaho. So every week during the summer of 2018, an Idaho woman bought 10 cases of apples, 50 pounds of carrots, and dozens of eggs, all to feed bears.
Bears.
Actually, she wasn't an Idaho woman. I take that back. It's from the IdahoStatesman.com. However, Canada authorities said she was ordered to pay $60,000 after officials said that she violated the Wildlife Act in British Columbia. The Conservation Officer Service said, quote, "These activities create an extraordinary public safety risk by conditioning bears to human food and presence." Don't you always say, "Watch out for bears"?
No.
The bears.
Somebody who did that? Who did that? Raise your hand. Who? I knew it was you.
How'd you know?
Because that's something you would say.
Wow.
No, I've heard from a lot of people that you say, "Watch out for bears."
I've never heard of that, to be honest.
No, he's never said it to me. I've heard from Leslie, Mike a couple times.
Yeah, I don't say that.
I could have sworn.
No, I invented it.
Oh, okay.
100% me inventing it.
I have never heard that. But I mean,
you never heard it?
I've never heard you say that. No,
I say it all the time. Anytime someone leaves a room, I say, "Watch out for bears."
I haven't paid attention. Hey, but that's a good life lesson, though. That is a good life
Oh, wait,
lesson.
I am a bear.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I say, "Watch out for bears," because there's never a 0% chance.
That is true. That is true.
I ran at a bear once.
You
At?
ran at a bear.
Wait, what?
I hope you're talking about the Chicago
No.
players.
Me and I would go to a summer camp, and me and hold on, let's see. Me and a group of buddies were hanging out in like the whole summer camp was like hanging out in a big open field, and a giant big bear like probably just had cubs, so we should have
Oh.
definitely not been like
So it
up
was-
against
That makes
it.
it even worse.
It was a mama.
Yeah, it was a
bear.
mama bear. Like
There's literally an expression to not mess with mama bear.
yeah,
And not just the millennials with children.
and me and we saw the bear, and all the counselors went, "Everybody get back in your bunks." And me and my friends, instead of getting back in our bunks, we went, "Oh my God, a bear! Let's run at it!" And we ran at the bear, and then the counselors got really mad at us.
I wonder why.
Well,
How old
Well,
were you?
yeah, running at a bear doesn't seem like the. First of all, one, unless it's a black bear, they take that as a threat.
it was a black bear, probably.
Oh, then you're fine.
Oh.
Never mind. You run at a black bear, they'll be like, "Oh, LOL."
Yeah. So we had fun at camp.
Know your bear facts, Kenny. Don't look at me.
No,
like
no,
that.
I can't believe he ran at a bear. Why would you run at a
You're
bear?
not you're not a real man.
Because
unless
my
you run at a
friends were
bear.
doing it.
No.
If you're,
If your friends jumped off a bridge,
Would you?
would you?
I was gonna say that.
Would
but
I be
decided
cool?
not to.
Yeah,
Wow.
Then yeah.
for sure. I respect it. If you say something with
Sure.
confidence.
That wasn't said with confidence.
That was a
Listen,
little on the.
so the moral of today, don't use social media and jump off a bridge if your friends do it.
Only
don't
if
run
you
at a
have
bear.
confidence.
I'm joking, don't actually. But
Yes, please. Public
don't-
service
just
announcement.
like yeah, public service
Don't
announcement.
jump
Don't
off a
actually
bridge.
jump off
That's
bridges.
very dangerous.
Or run at bear.
Oh, very dangerous. I
Yeah.
like
Or,
that.
or run
That's,
at
that's an
bears.
unbearably difficult story to listen to.
Just a
Bear.
lot of puns today.
Yeah, it's something I can't bear.
What was going through your head when you made the decision to run at a bear?
Pure just
Testosterone.
pure like yeah, I felt very manly and
Man.
Manly. Like,
I mean
what do you like the Jimmy the Timmy Turner one? Was it Fairy Odd Parents? It's like I am
That's hilarious.
strength or something like that, and he just
Yeah.
gets shredded.
just pure adrenaline of a how old was I? This was probably like 2 years ago, 2019.
Did you?
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago.
You
Yeah.
weren't. You're telling me you weren't 5 years old?
No, I was 16.
I encountered a bear when I was
Wait.
7 and like wasn't the smartest there, but how you were 18 years old or
16.
17 years old
Yeah.
and ran at a bear.
Yeah.
Respect.
Respect.
Yeah, man. If you're that ridiculous, at least he has a story. Look, he could just say he ran at a
Yeah.
bear.
Listen,
I'm here now.
Listen,
I'm all
I'm
for
sorry.
funny stories, but
Listen, hear
Come
me
on.
out. Hear me out. If you're gonna do dumb things at a young age, and you survived it, man,
Stories.
you do
sometimes
have
it's a
great
good
stories.
story.
I've got some good stories, but
I'm not recommending that anyone does it.
What?
What?
See,
that's a
See?
conversation for
First
another
of
time.
all, that's even cooler than running at a bear.
I used to
'Cause
do that.
The selection at ShopRite, you're like, what should we get?
My friends and I, we'd
Pickles.
go to Walmart, get a big jar of pickles, and
Did
throw
you
them.
like deal them out at the house? Like it's like
No, no, this is me.
I still have questions for that.
I used to do that
You used to throw pickles.
at people's houses
Why?
because it was funny.
I have another question for that.
Wait, so why was it cool when she said she did it, but not when I said it?
Because you're a nerd. So like you got
That's
to be
fair.
more creative with your ideas here.
That's fair.
Yikes.
You're supposed to like be smarter.
I threw a pickle at Snooky's house.
That's
Did you
respect.
actually?
The Snooky,
Like the one in
The
Seaside.
Jersey Shore.
Tom's
Sneaker?
River.
Get out of my town. People like you ruining my town.
I have cousins that live there.
Yeah, people like you, street youths running in, ruining my town. Imagine if I like walked up in like a
Mental
sheriff's
kids.
office and like, get out of my town. It's like I would totally do that if I knew you were in town. I'd find that one of my friends was part of the police and be like, can I borrow your car?
I have a question for the pickle thing.
Yes,
So did you like go home and get pickles, or did you buy pickles just to throw them at houses?
we bought pickles just to throw them at houses.
Was it like a
Okay.
full on cucumber that you sliced up, or was it like
It
fruit?
was
Pickles in a jar.
it was a big pickle.
Oh yeah, like did you like throw them like raw, or did you like cut them up?
No, just raw, like
Raw
the
pickles,
whole thing,
just
the whole thing.
just wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Just green hot dogs.
One time I
just
did it.
thrown
One time I did it in Ohio. My friend lives there, and apparently, we didn't have them with the juice. So what we would do, we would pour the juice down a storm drain, and that way it'd just all be there. Except, however, we had the pickles sitting there for a while, so they got super warm. So when I threw it, it exploded.
What?
It was one of the coolest things ever. And I accidentally hit a car, so a pickle just exploded on a car.
Science.
Full or half sour?
What'd you
So
say?
were they fat pickles or were they?
They were big pickles.
They're like some,
they-
there were some
Nice.
chonkers.
I'm not kidding. I
Chunky.
literally said the word chonker when I first bought them.
Dude, I love
They're
I
chunky.
love when people say this the ridiculous vocabulary I use. Like there's some chonkers over
Oh,
there.
I
I
say
say
that
that all
all
the
the
time. I call my
Me too.
one cat a chonker.
Same.
Yeah, oh man, some words are so fun to say.
Yeah.
I recommend you
Chonkers.
throw. Actually, I don't. I can't recommend that.
Oh.
But it was fun.
But you I think the dumbest thing I ever did was I almost got myself arrested because a bunch of students were taken out to like get drug tested, and I was like on the urinal, and they go, and they like I wasn't, but like I was like, I turn around and I said, now, to like make everyone laugh, because like like I wasn't doing anything, but I was just like, yeah, I'm like in like the spot where like my like back is turned, so I just turn around like, now. The cop was dying laughing so hard that I'm like, no way, like, cool. Well, I walk out and I'm in a full, by the way, mind you, I was in a full-on suit. Couldn't tell you why, but I was in a full-on suit that day. He looked at me straight in the face. I didn't have anything. Like, I don't do drugs. It's not my thing. Like, don't do drugs, kids. But like, everyone's getting drug tested. This man looked at me like I was the biggest dork on the planet and just didn't, like, I'm in a full-on suit. I just said something really funny. He just says, go. Like, what if, I'm just saying, like, what if I had anything on me? Like, and also I honestly just disregarded what he said and like made a joke out of it. That could have gone real south. Like, there's so much about that, and I'm only imagining. Like, he just looked at me, just looked at my suit, looked at my corny smile, and just went, just go. Like, you're not worth it.
The straight face and everything. He's
Yeah.
like, oh.
He just looked at me and said, and he knew my name. She's like, Ben, get out of here. And I was like, well, thank you. This is life. And all the kids are just like, oh man, that's just one less guy that could probably get us away with it.
You should have told him to use code then.
Yeah, that wasn't invented till like 5 seconds before the first meeting.
During this is gonna be a weird story. During police questioning one time, I made an officer laugh about a straw I had in my drink.
You know, I have to say,
That's the very short version.
I have to say, your stories, your titles are fire. Like, your stories can sometimes be dull, but the titles to your stories,
They're headline worthy.
they're fire. Like, you
Yeah.
clickbait me every time.
I'm very good at
Interesting
being
life of
BuzzFeed.
Kenny.
Like, I have been disappointed by your stories. Like, you run a 50% clip to entertain me in your stories. No
It's true.
offense.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
But your headlines, 100% every time. I'm like, what?
No, that's true. I got good headlines.
Yeah.
The actual stories, they're hit or miss.
Yeah.
I guess they never.
The
miss.
cucumber story within itself was a miss.
Oh, I know.
But, no, pickles, whatever.
Yeah, I got the point.
Yeah. But
I know it's a miss. It's just funny to me.
that poor house. Man, just walking out of your house.
Well,
it's
I
like,
mean,
oh, those kids.
most of the time,
And they're
most of the
pickling
time,
Kids.
well, I don't pickle anymore because it got ruined. It was we call it pickling because
Yeah, your
it,
pickle days are
Did you
over,
get-
buddy.
They
you got
are.
caught in a pickle.
no,
Nice.
because it got ruined. Other people, like other friends of mine, would start doing it. I'm like, no, it's
It
just
got-
my
it-
thing
it
with another friend of
expired.
mine.
It
was
So it's like,
exploded
it's not
like the
happening.
It
pickle.
was no longer
You
right.
could do
Except-
marshmallows.
Except, however, no, that's not funny.
But the joke was.
What?
I'm sorry, we're making pickle jokes.
Except, however, I
Where's
did
the-
do
where's
the
the-
only return to
It went a little
sender. A friend of
sour?
mine threw one at me. Wow. Do we move on to the next story? Do we have?
Yeah. Speaking of fruit,
Speaking, yeah, this is all just
And
one
vegetables.
big ploy to lead to our next.
yes.
Wait, am I reading it?
Yeah, sure.
Scott's. You want? How about this? How about you read it, Kelly? You go,
Oh, I
please.
was so interested in this one when we first looked at this. Okay. So it says Scott's mom says son needs to cuddle a melon in bed or he won't go to sleep. An exhausted Scott's mom has found an unusual solution to getting her son to sleep at night. She gives him a melon to snuggle into. The mom says things took a turn for the bizarre when the youngster became strangely attached to a melon she bought from Aldi and demanded to take it to bed with him. Too tired to say no, the 31-year-old decided to pick her battles, and Jamie went to bed with the yellow fruit, who he had not affectionately named Mel. Shortly afterwards, Claire says she checked on her son, and he was sound asleep. She says, thanks to the magic melon, she got her first 7 hours straight in 4 months.
That thing's gonna ripen soon, though. You know, that's all I could think about. I'm like, does she get a new one? She has to.
She has to get a new one each time, yeah.
But it's what kind of fruit is it? It's a yellow fruit. Is that a fruit?
Melons are fruits, I think.
Internet.
The
No, like
story's
it's this yellow
bananas.
fruit.
No, the story is melons.
The story is have some. This is a melody. Oh, I give
Wait,
up.
so I'm trying to.
Oh, is there any melon? Is there any corny?
It's a
melon
honeydew.
puns?
Oh,
What?
I don't know. I
You
just.
just look up yellow fruit.
Yeah, I'm like
Yellow
yellow
fruits.
fruits.
Banana.
Melon.
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 A lemon.
a canary melon,
Honeydew is the worst
Yeah,
melon.
canary melon.
a
Are
yellow
you a
watermelon.
melon connoisseur?
No, in fact, I hate all melons. I just saying it's the worst of the worst. I hate watermelon too.
Watermelon's awesome.
Watermelon is
really-
disgusting.
Watermelon is
I
awesome.
don't
There
like
you go.
watermelon
Water.
flavors, like watermelon flavored candy. Like everyone loves that. How was everybody's thoughts
I
on
hate it.
watermelon flavored candy?
Watermelon in general is great.
Watermelon, anything is disgusting to me. But then again, I don't like any fruit. So I like vegetables.
You know what? That's good.
I googled your name.
My name?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You want to see the picture that I came up with?
Oh no.
It's you in how many years?
Wait, I didn't see.
That looks like a yellow melon. Sorry. I was like, I'm gonna Google it, and then I was like, man, you look like a yellow melon. Like, man, I guess I said yellow melon again.
So let's move on to our second to last story.
Mhm.
This one is Lara was talking about it before the show. She thinks it's super funny. A California man is suing a psychic who he claims falsely promised to save his marriage by removing a curse put on him by his ex-girlfriend. He accuses the business called Psychic Love Specialist by Sophia and her family of negligence, civil conspiracy, and intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress. That's like everything.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the entire dictionary
Yeah.
right there.
He said during their session, Adam said that he had put bad luck on him by, quote, by a witch hired by his ex-girlfriend that could ruin his marriage and make his family unhappy and in danger.
Can I have the first word for this?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what.
So I said this before, but what is the curse exactly? And why did he get it?
That's a great question.
Right? Like, did he do something?
Well, I
Was
assume
she
he
salty,
did.
Or
That is
Or was
a
she just
logical
crazy?
question said to you can't argue logic to an illogical person.
yeah.
That is
very
genuinely
true.
a quote that it's the hardest thing for people to understand sometimes. You can't argue logic with an illogical person.
Mhm.
Right, Kenny?
Agreed. So Dollar Tree.
I went in there.
What?
I went in 2 Dollar Trees.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I went into Dollar Tree the day before College Radio Day.
Really?
I thought of you.
I did too. I took a picture of the front and I said, should I send this to Kenny? And then I didn't because I didn't want to.
Dollar and more.
I would have
tree.
screamed.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's why I didn't do it. I'm like, I shouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like I saw something that was like $1.10. I was like,
Yeah.
I was happy I found that story.
hold on.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You,
I had a
you
feeling
made
somebody
the
would
entire
react to
show
that.
there.
Yes, you really did. Yeah.
I ranted on that for 5 minutes. I spoke pretty much just me for 5 minutes,
They
I
don't
wish I
carry-
heard it.
Yeah, you should've. They didn't
Yeah.
carry
which
PC.
I don't do.
Can we say that a California man for the first time? I'm so used to saying Florida.
Yeah, well, I mean, our next one's Florida Man.
Yeah, we got to check in
Do
on
you
the
wanna talk about
California-
Oh yeah.
you wanna
oh
talk
yeah.
about it?
I called dibs on this.
This is
one.
a good one.
Oh,
Take it away.
This is a good one.
Florida.
Bum, bum.
This is like Morning Delusion by Kenny and Ben. Florida man caught on camera licking doorbell. Well, Florida man has been caught. Wow, wait a nice first sentence. Just say the headline again. A Florida man has been caught on a camera licking a homeowner's doorbell.
I did this at 3 a.m. Okay.
And you didn't have a Krabby Patty? The video shows the man standing outside the home before leaning to lick the doorbell several times. What did he do? Did he lick the doorbell?
No.
He then steps back and starts gesturing to what appears to be a stack of flyers or newspapers. The man is then seen starting to walk away before returning to lick the doorbell again.
He came
Oh,
back from
no.
work.
It is unclear why the man was licking the doorbell or if he will face any charges.
Oh.
So it's a mystery.
Yeah, him and that doorbell. I heard they're going on a second date.
Oh no.
This just reminds me of
Ding
a story from
dong.
that one meeting where someone brought up the Florida man licks toes.
Sucks
Like the guy woke
toes.
up to that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
brought that
sucks.
up.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Florida
That was
people
my
just
hope. to
licking
get
everything
people-
now.
I wouldn't be
Florida man-
surprised if it was the same guy.
Florida man caught eating used ABC gum.
What's ABC gum?
Already been
Already
chewed.
I've never even heard of that.
Me neither.
Do you want some ABC gum, Kenny?
What?
Do you want some ABC gum?
I'm good.
Did you ever have a middle school?
Right?
You know how many times I was asked that question in middle school and I almost fell for it like so many times?
I just heard of iCup. That's it.
That's a classic.
I like how we all just like had nostalgia right there. Like you just like everyone listening just understood that we all just hit like a.
I think today's morning buzz is definitely about nostalgia between Coldplay and
Yeah, just all
ABC
the
Gum.
yeah, ABC Gum. You know,
I like the one Coldplay song. Was it Yellow?
Ooh, I love that.
I
melons.
like
Yellow melons?
Fix You.
Yeah,
Melons.
actually.
I
Fix You's
love
a good
melons.
song.
Yellow melons, right?
So does that Scott's mom's son. Loves the
Oh, yeah.
melons. He loves
So we go
melons.
from a man licking a doorbell. Well, if you guys wanted the best news stories of the day, you realize a Florida man licked the doorbell. California man is ridiculous with his ex, and melons are yellow now.
Yes.
You
And an
can't get any
interview-
better news.
And
than
an
here.
interview with John LaRosa.
Oh, that was like the most mature we got.
Andrew
Yeah,
Lloyd Webber gets a dog.
Yeah.
because of cats.
You
Bork,
can't-
bork.
It can't get any better. Well, first of all, Cats was terrible. I'm sorry, but anyway.
It can't get any Ben or Ben.
Welcome
Okay,
to the
can we all
Thursday
just
buzz.
agree?
That one was really
Well, I
bad.
have
Wasn't
to
that
say, at
awful?
the end of the day,
That was bad.
That was not one of my best.
we are all bad at puns.
Yes.
I have
I
the
think that's
worst
probably
puns
just-
ever.
You're not bad though. You're not
No,
bad.
Mario's good puns. You're really good puns.
Maria's the best of us all,
She
Uh-huh.
does.
but Kenny's the worst.
I am. I think Laura.
No.
No,
You
Laura,
literally just said
fun.
Laura
Benner.
actually said a couple good ones.
Thank you.
You just said Benner.
No, like Laura said the worst one. But
Oh,
she
She
said a
has the
couple good
widest
ones.
range.
I'm like slowly declining. I have like a.
I see.
She's already peaked. Like you haven't even like stepped up on the mountain yet.
I get that. That's fair.
A couple
I
of
went over
punny
the mountain.
people.
You're still
think
on
our-
flat. You're still under. You're
I
below
think
sea
our
level.
puns are pretty punctual.
that was
That's
that.
a,
A group of-
pun right
a
there.
pun?
Group
I
of
know,
punny
okay.
people.
Another
Punny,
one,
punny's too
puncha.
easy.
Okay.
Oh, dang, we're in.
And my title is stripped away after this.
Now to wrap up.
Anyway,
Now to wrap
have a good
up-
day, everybody.
Not
Punception
yet.
right there.
Now to wrap up the morning buzz on 90.3 WMSC from Montclair. Grace, our ADJ, will give a newscast.
You go, Queen. Remember, you're the guy that grades your tests is watching.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's like I should stand here with like a pen. It's like,
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Grace, and this
Do you have a
is
last name?
Hey Grace.
I'm Grace Scanlon, and this is WMSC News. Top story. There's new details of Brian Laundrie's movements as officials find a campsite in Florida. Dog the Bounty Hunter says that the search has become more dangerous as there are lots of alligators in the reserve. Vice President Kamala Harris is going to visit New Jersey on Friday to talk about COVID vaccines and childcare proposals. She is scheduled to visit Montclair and Newark to urge people to get the vaccine. And in entertainment, the official Game of Thrones prequel teaser has been released. The prequel House of the Dragon is coming to HBO Max in 2022. But I don't think I will watch it because the last season sucked. So
Okay, thank you, Grace, for the newscast. That is going to wrap it up for the morning buzz. We will be back tomorrow, and by we, I mean none of us. It will be Caitlin. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ben? Wait, is it in this? What did he do?
that's you.
I did the man.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up the show now. Tomorrow, Caitlin Aristi Saba and Cam Martin will be the host. We have a great show lined up.